Welcome to Tactic Academy, where we'll be looking at counting by weighing. So what is this counting by weight? So it's a stuff or a system that is used for chemicists um, to find to have the easy way of finding something. All right. So a tedious work or process that might be seem to be tiresome work. So scientists try to come up with a method called weighing by counting by weighing. All right. So without even wasting our time, let's get started. All right. Suppose you work in a candy store that sells a garment jelly beans by the bin. All right. So people come in and ask for 500 beans. Let's say this is person A. All right. This is person B. This is person C. All right, and so on. All right. So these people are there to buy beans, right? Now, how are you giving them? Are you going to count them? Are you going just to bring them to count for you? Of course, they might steal some, right? So this is where now we'll come with a method called counting by weighing. So it's a way of simplifying the work that you are supposed to do when counting one by one. All right. So you have to count them out, which is just a hard process. So as a good problem solver, right, you need to try to come up with something, a better system of counting them, and that is what we call counting by weighing. All right. So what we are going to do is we are going to assume that, so the first case, so I'll say case 1 first. All right. Assume all right, assume that all the beans are identical. Identical like that. Okay. So if they are identical, then let's get person C. All right. So this person C has what? It needs was 1,000 beans. All right. So how are you going to count? So this is where we bring now the issue of counting by weighing. All right. So what we are going to do is we're going to say in this study we are going to use a scale. All right. Let's say this is a beam balance. All right, so that's a beam balance. Then we have 1,000 jelly beans. So what we are going to do is assume that they are all identical. So if they are identical, so you'll be told in the question to say they are identical or not. All right. So if they are identical, what we do is now we're going to, let's say this person need 500, or just they're identical. If they're identical, you get one bin. Okay, once you get one bin there, then what you do is you wait on the on the scale there. Then let's say it give you 5.0. all right. So what you do is you say one, since they're identical, one weighs what 5.0 gram. All right. So what we do is now this one weighs 5.0 gram, so we multiply times the 1,000. all right. Since we need 1,000 of them, then we get 5,000. all right. Okay, so this is 5,000, and let me say this one measures in kg, or just like that. Okay, so 500 grams. all right. So meaning that now this person need just 500 grams. So what you do, you just put a lot of them, just approximate. Let's say they give you 6,000 grams, all right, when you put them on the scale. So you'll be reducing bit by bit, just maybe 3 times you'll be able to reach at what, at 5,000 grams. So by that, which is also can be converted to what, you divide by 1000 to get a kg, that will be 5 kg. All right, so what you do is you just go in the beam balance, you put, let's say, plastic of them, then you approximate, just let's say they give you 10,000, you remove again a bit of it until you reach on what, 5,000. It will approximate, the scale will approximate. The moment you are removing it will show that you need to remove this amount, and in just less than 3 minutes you'll be able to do what, you'll be able to have your what, your needed number of beans. That is what, approximated, or just collect 5,000. All right, so you'll be able to save that customer. Okay, they need 1000, so that thing that you see on the beam balance, so that will be what, that will be the number of needed what, beans. So that is 1000, so you save customer C. All right, so applies to customer B as well. So you take, you say they are identical, so since they're identical, you multiply times what, times 100, like that. So once you multiply times 100, you're going to see that this will give you what, 500. So meaning that these things need 500. Okay, so you go there on your scale. All right, so once you reach on a scale there, you just want, you are intending to have 500 grams, so you just put in a plastic, you put on that, then you will see, let's say you have 600 in approximate that you have just put. So what you do is just remove, just in less than 2 minutes you'll be done, and you find the approximate. All right, so that is it. And also a price for bot A, you just get 50 times 5. All right, so that will give us 250. All right, so from there, then you are going to say 250, you go there, or you put them in a plastic, just approximately. All right, that you think they will approximate, then you take it also to the beam balance there, or to the electronic balance, anything that you have as a scale. So what you do there, then you approximate, let's say you put 300 in the first trial, so 300, then you remove a bit, you definitely reach at a point of what, 250. All right, so 250 grams, so that you just put 250 grams and you'll be able to save that customer with 300 beans. All right, so that is it. So that is case 1. So questions will be coming, assume that they're identical. How would you measure? So you tell them like this. This is the explanation that should be given. All right, so if it was a question, you give such a explanation. So for case 2, so for case 2, assume that that these beans are unidentical. All right, so in the case of where they are not identical, in a case where they are not identical, so what do we do when they are not identical like that? Right, so if they are not identical, so what we do is, let's say we have these customers, or just these, let's say there are 10 of them. All right, so the first one, they are now an identical, meaning that they have different masses. So this one, let's say, weighs first bean, we just assume random, we pick 10 of them. So let's say the first one has 5.1. all right, the second one has 5.2, the third one has 5.0, the fourth one has let's say 4.8. I'm just giving an example. The fifth one has, let's say, 4.9. The sixth one, let's say, has 4.0. Let me just say 5.0. all right, 5.0. Then the other one again 5.0. Again the other one, let's say 5.1. The other one, let's say 4.9. The other one, let's say again 5.0. So there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. Okay, so what we do is now we are going to average. All right, so this is where we bring the issue of averaging. So once we average these numbers, then we'll be able to at least approximate or get closer to one averaging. All right, so what we do is you add all of these. So you say, so you average now the mass. So by the way, they are all in grams. All right, so you average. So you are saying now average mass. What is the average, like in overall of one bin? So this is where now we add. So we are saying 5. So this is now add 5.1 plus 5.2 plus 5.0 plus 4.8 plus 4.9 plus 5.0 plus 5.0 plus 5.1 plus 4.9 plus 5. That. Okay, so so over divide by how many were they. Okay, how many were they? So you divide by that. So they were how many? They were 10, right? So you divide by 10. So you find that your answer will be what? Your answer will be approximately to what? So you say when you add all of these, they'll give you 50 if you have a calculator with you there. So over they were 10. All right, so this will give you what? That will give you 5.0, like that. So this is just the average mass. You may get other masses, but you don't say it always bring like this. So since this is the average grams, so you say grams, like that. Okay, so since the average mass of now these bins, they are now, since they were identical in the first place, we are saying this is 5.0 grams. So this person now need, let's say again, we need to count 1000 of them. So what we do is now we bring again the same issue. We are now back. This board C need how many? Need 1000. all right, just 1000 bins. Don't bring the issue of that is your own thing. So 500 bins. all right, so what we do is now you say what you do is now you say 1000 bins we multiply by the average of each mass. So this indicate of each single, right? So an average is whereby you are trying to find what is between when you get even the two. So this is the mass which is approximated for one bin in the case of an identical. All right, so you multiply times the average. That will give you 5000. all right, grams. all right, so what you now is you go on your scale there. all right, on your scale there, you put in a plastic approximately. You put in a plastic. Then once you put in a plastic, you'll be able to find what? You'll be able to find your bins, or your 500 your 5000 to say, your 5000 grams. and that is the number of grams or the number of beans that you should give that customer C. So it will apply also to customer B and also to customer A. All right, so this is the way you should be doing these things. So that's what we call counting by weighing. So in a case of when they're identical, and in the case of when they are not identical, so you explain, they will ask you, likely in an exam they can ask you. So thank you for watching the video, and please subscribe subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be updated when you'll be solving tutorial sheets, everything like that. So you can just reach us for the courses such as CH110, H110, BI110, A110. Also just second years for such as organic chemistry, that 260. Also those who are doing pure chemistry, industrial chemistry, so we also do analytical chemistry. All right, we also do engineering mathematics. What? So you can reach us using the number 0970020 for online classes, all right, via Google Meet. So you'll be able to learn free without even any problem and challenge. Thank you very much for watching our video. See you in the next video, as we'll be doing tutorial sheet.